Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare.
Burrata is essentially a cream-filled mozzarella cheese. So this is it. I was requested to make this recipe. I figured I would jump on it since I'm making this my vegan cheese month. Now the cream possibilities are really endless, but I wanted to make something that tasted like the mozzarella curd, that mozzarella creamy curd. So what I did was something incredibly simple. I just took a 1/4 cup of tofutti sour cream, mixed it with a tablespoon of cashew milk. That ends up like that slightly sour, cheesy, creamy, yet not too milky cream that you would find inside of a burrata. Next, I'm gonna pour that into some like half moon molds. This is like a popsicle mold that I found on the internet. Throw that in the freezer and allow that to freeze for 40 minutes to an hour or so. It should freeze fairly solid after about an hour. So now we have to make our vegan mozzarella base. For the vegan mozzarella, we're gonna be using cashews. I know a lot of people do the cashew mozzarella. We're gonna be making this one just a little bit different because we have to make it different so that way the mozzarella forms around the burrata base. So we're gonna start with 1/2 cup of raw cashews and we're gonna boil them in water, just make sure that it's covered, for about 15 minutes. After the 15 minutes are up, we're gonna strain the cashews and clean them with some cold tap water. That's gonna help remove any of like the nutty flavor that's left over. There's not really a whole lot of like nutty flavor in cashews, but that'll help kind of calm it down a little bit. Now just drop that into a blender, along with 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. This is an ultra refined coconut oil, so there shouldn't be any coconut taste. Now we're gonna use 2 types of starches, a tapioca starch and a potato starch. We're gonna use 2 tablespoons each. 1 tablespoon of the mushroom seasoning extract, 1 teaspoon lactic acid. Now this is lactic acid. This is a vegan lactic acid that is produced from fermenting sugar beets. Lactic acid was originally found in milk, but it has nothing to do with dairy. Do 1 teaspoon of salt. Now we're gonna add 1/2 cup of cold water and then quickly blend. Don't waste any time, otherwise those starches will suck all this water up and make it hard to blend. As of right now, this is looking pretty awesome, and I bet you it tastes pretty good too. Dang, yeah, that tastes great. That tastes awesome.
Hey gang, real quick, let me tell you a little bit about today's sponsor. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. Explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in your creativity. Skillshare offers membership with meaning. With so much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives, Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth. Skillshare offers creative classes designed for real life and all of the circumstances that come with it. These are lessons that can help you stay inspired, express yourself, and introduce you to a community of millions. Now, I've taken a bunch of classes from Skillshare. I absolutely loved every single one of them. I've taken classes on coffee, designing my own merch. See, right now I'm actually writing my own cookbook, and I'm not that great of a photographer, so I want to get some photography tips from the pros. That's why I'm taking this class from Daniel and Rachel over at Mango Street Labs. It is DIY product photography, style and shoot creative stills. They walk you through the whole process from the introduction, planning the shoot, the location and lighting, styling your shot. So far, this class has been amazing, and I'm really excited to see what pictures I'm able to take after this. So gang, the first 1,000 people to click the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. It's really awesome, and I am always loving Skillshare. Skillshare, thank you for continuing to be a sponsor of my videos. Now, to make this into the vegan cheese that we know, we're gonna be using kappa carrageenan. I've been using it a lot lately. Go ahead and do your own research on it. I know a lot of people are uncomfortable with it. There is loads of different types of carrageenans. There's different types of carrageenans coming from different types of seaweeds. Everything that I have read says that kappa carrageenan is safe. Kappa carrageenan, in my opinion, is the way to go. So out of this mixture, I'm gonna try to get 2 cheese balls. I'm gonna prep up 2 bowls with some plastic wrap. I'm gonna line them with plastic wrap because, like I said, to make this burrata, we're gonna have to prep these fairly fast. So I'm just gonna make sure that the plastic wrap is fairly smooth into the bowl. Then we're gonna add 1.5 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of kappa carrageenan to a saucepan and bring that up to a boil. Make sure you whisk in the kappa carrageenan really good. Now I'm gonna check the temperature. Once it's up to around 200 degrees, I'm gonna slowly start to whisk in my cashew mixture. And you wanna do it slow because if that cashew mixture cools this mixture down too much, the cheese will start to set and you won't end up with a pretty mozzarella cheese. Now at this point, we're gonna grab our frozen cream pods, and you have to be quick because as soon as it starts to set, then you end up with an ugly mozzarella cheese. So we're gonna drop just a little bit of this into the bowl. Now throw our cheese pods right in the middle,
Throw just a little bit more on top of those guys, just a little bit more, not much. Now we want to pick up the sides, pick up the bottoms, and then twist, set back down. And then I'm just gonna throw these little pouches into some ice cold water, which should set them fairly fast, because Kappa Garagina sets once it gets below 150 degrees. I might be able to do one more. I'm gonna see if I can get 3 out of this, which would be awesome. So now that these were able to sit in the cold water and kind of form a little bit denser kind of structure, I'm just gonna throw them into a bowl. And then I'm just gonna throw these in the refrigerator for about an hour. They're gonna firm up great, and we'll have our burrata mozzarella cheese. Now it's been like an hour. This looks wonderful. I think this is gonna be a vegan burrata. I think if I slice this open, we should be able to open this up and have a gooey cream come out. I think it's gonna be delicious. That creamy, look at this. Look at this. Perfect. Perfect. Now the great thing is this mozzarella here will melt. We'll throw this on the stovetop really fast just so you can get that melt test. Oh my gosh. Baby, you wanna try this? I mean, it's honestly, this is one of the best cheeses that I've made. A little bit of the cream for you.
It tastes just like cheese.
It really does, right? It really tastes just like cheese.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, really, really
This
good.
is the best like vegan cheese I've ever had. I think that I've ever had.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, so